The European Union's carbon framing revolution, paying farmers to be climate heroes. In the rolling field of Tuscany, a vineyard manager is not just thinking about the next harvest's grape quality. She is carefully reviewing a soil analysis report, considering a new crop cover mix, and planning the precise application of compost. Her decisions are still driven by economics, but the calculus has fundamentally changed. A significant portion of her income now depends not just on the wine she produces but on the carbon she can sequester in her soil. This shift from abstract incentive to direct payment is the result of a groundbreaking policy move from Brussels. In October 2024, the European Commission began implementing the world's most ambitious large scale policy, explicitly linking agricultural subsidies to verified increases in soil organic carbon. This is not just a tweak to the common agriculture policy, it's a systemic attempt to reframe the farmer's role from food producer to land steward and paid climate mitigator. The policy mechanism from subsidy to service payment. The core of the new regulation is a bold data dependent conditionality. To access the full value of their green direct payments, a substantial portion of the cap's 55 euro billion dollar, euro dollar 55 euro billion annual budget, farmers must now demonstrate a measurable positive trend in soil health. Specifically, the policy mandates a minimum annual increase of 0.1% in soil organic carbon on sampled areas of their land. The operationalization of this rule is where science meets bureaucracy. Member states are rolling out standardized sampling protocols, often involving third party verifiers or coordinated national agencies. Farms will establish a baseline SOC level followed by periodic testing, likely every 3 to 5 years, to track change. The data generated flows into a certified national registry. This creates an auditable chain of evidence, moving the system away from practice based compliance. For example, did you plant a cover crop? To outcome based compensation. Did your soil carbon actually increase? The prescribed practices to achieve these are the tools of regenerative agriculture: reduced or no till farming, diversified crop rotations, integration of legumes, application of organic amendments like compost, and maintenance of permanent cover or hedge grows. Let us talk about the staggering scale of potential impact. The transformative potential of this policy lies in the sheer scale of European farmland and the power of simple math applied across vast areas. The European Union has approximately 160 million hectares of agricultural land. The impact of a 0.1% annual increase in SOC across this area is not trivial. It is a climate solution of continental magnitude. Soil scientists model this using standard conversion metrics. An increase of 0.1% SOC in the top 30 centimeters of soil corresponds to sequestering around roughly 3.5 tons of CO2 per hectare. Applied across the European Union's total agricultural area, a sustained annual increase at this rate would lead to the sequestration of approximately 50-60 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent per year. To contextualize, that is equivalent to taking over 10 million conventional passenger cars off the road for a year. This turns the European Union's agriculture sector from a net source of greenhouse gases, primarily through nitrous oxide from fertilizers and methane from livestock, into a vital and quantifiable carbon sink, directly contributing to the bloc's legally binding 2050 climate neutrality goals. The policy represents a paradigm shift with global ramifications for how we value and manage rural landscape. First, it monetizes ecosystem services in a direct, transparent way. For decades, economists have spoken of the externalities of farming, the unpriced benefit of carbon storage, water filtration, and biodiversity. This regulation internalizes the carbon benefit, creating a clear financial flow from the public, the CAP budget, to the farmer for delivering a verified public good. It provides a tangible answer to the question, how do we pay farmers to be environmental stewards? Second, it introduces rigorous scientific accountability into agri-environmental policy. By mandating measurable outcomes rather than just prescribed actions, it incentivizes innovation. Farmers are free to choose the combination of practices best suited to their specific soil, climate, and cropping system to achieve the carbon goal, fostering local adoption and knowledge sharing. It also creates a massive valuable dataset on European soil health, driving further research. The implementation hurdles are significant. Accurately measuring small annual changes in soil carbon is complex, costly, and subject to natural variation. Ensuring the system is equitable for smallholders who may lack resources for initial testing and for farmers in arid regions where building carbon is inherently more difficult is a critical design challenge. There is also a legitimate debate about permanence, ensuring the carbon stored is not later released through a change in practice. Yet, the direction is unequivocal. The EU has placed a hard, data-driven bet on the power of policy to align economic survival with ecological necessity. By tying its largest budgetary item to a core climatic matrix, it sends a powerful signal. The future of farming is carbon positive, and the case offers the world a replicable template for using fiscal tools to catalyze a fundamental transition in rural and land management, turning this soil beneath our feet into a foundational asset in the fight against climate change. Thank you.